Hey, if you like this video, please subscribe and do the belly thingy. Alright, let's do some Hogwatch. So I posted this the other day.
Will you fight?
Or we looked at this the other day on stream. Just straight up fascism at the QAnon conference.
Will you fight? This man says no, we'll run and we'll live. Yep, fight and you may die. Run and you'll live. For at least a while. And dying in your beds many years from now, would you have been willing to trade all the years from this day to that for one chance? Just one.
What is his accent? Where is he from?
Chance to come back here and tell our enemies that you can take our lives, but you can never take our freedom. Every man dies. Not every man truly lives. You. We must fight for that authentic freedom and live, my friends. By God, we must live. And with the Holy Spirit as your shield and Christ as your sword, may you join Saint Michael and all the angels in defending God and sending Lucifer and his henchmen straight right back to hell where they belong.
I mean, this is just like Deus Vult Nazi shit. Weird that Nazism is trending right next to it. We'll take a look at that in a moment. This LARPer in the back. Frida!
We are headed into the storm of all storms. Yes, the storm is upon us. But not without Jesus, our rudder. And in the words of Reagan, evil is powerless if the good are unafraid. God bless you.
Yeah, if you cry while quoting Reagan, you deserve less free speech. Just saying. Take a look at I believe this was another segment from another like speaking event at the same one. Wait, this the same guy? Hold up. Okay, same Bass Pro Shop fishing t-shirt. Okay, no, it's not. It looks like the same exact dude. I mean, they all look exactly the same. They got the dad gut.
You're brave. You're brave for what you say and the fact that you stand up there and say it, and I appreciate it. I think.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk, super brave for saying the same exact shit people have been saying in conservative parties and movements since the fucking 1930s.
We all appreciate it, actually, because there's not a lot of people that have the balls to do it.
Not a lot of people that have the balls to do it? Buddy, YouTube is brimming, overflowing with reactionary and conservative commentators saying the exact same shit.
But I want to ask you something a little bit out of the ordinary. So, prepare yourself. At this point, we're living under corporate and medical fascism. This is tyranny. When do we get to use the guns? No, and I'm not, that's not a joke. I'm not.
Well, once again, words mean nothing. Words have zero meaning. Medical and corporate fascism? Oh, Lord.
Saying it like that, I mean literally, where's the line? How many elections are they going to steal before we kill these people?
So no, no, hold on. No, stop. Hold on. Now I'm going to denounce that. I'm going to tell you why. Because you're playing in.
I mean, I'm going to denounce that. Charlie, this is just the logical conclusion of all of your rhetoric and everything you say and do. This is just the next step. When you're talking about, people teaching racism in schools, you're talking about Marxism taking over, you're talking about the genocide of children in regards to abortion. This is just the next step.
Into all their plans, and they're trying to make you do this. That's okay. Just hear me out. You started with a compliment, so at least give me a little bit. They are trying to provoke you and everyone here. They are trying to make you do something that will be violent, that will justify a takeover of your freedoms and liberties, the likes of which we have never seen. We are close to have, hold on, we are close to have momentum to be able to get this country back on a trajectory using the peaceful means that we have at us. So to answer your question, and I just think it's,
The peaceful means you have? I mean, if you mean lobbying politicians through the various think tanks and PACs that you operate within. I mean, Charlie Kirk literally hung out with President Trump. Like, would often hang out at his rallies. I mean, if you're a conservative and you're saying this shit...
These comments from Chuck Schumer are important because I want every Republican out there to realize that when the Democrats are winning, they are rubbing it in our face, and some Democrat senators, some Republican senators are now coming up, and they are stunned. How dare he do this? You think we're still living in the same country, don't you? Senators from South Dakota, Senator Portman, you think we're still living in the 1980s, where the Democrats actually want what's best for America? The Democrats want to destroy the country. We know this. This is not new stuff. It's not profound thinking. They want to see America completely obliterated, the Constitution shredded, and remade in their own San Francisco, Brooklyn, Malibu, Manhattan image, where there is no cultural identity, where you live in sexual anarchy, where private property is a thing of the past, and the ruling class controls everything. We know this.
Well, the latter half already exists. Here's a better one.
It's not true. You have pictures of people that have pieces of paper that says, "Please help us. I do not speak English. What bus do I need to take? Thanks for your help," as they get released into the interior of the United States. Bill Maloogian is saying they are releasing entire family units into the United States. Now, some people are saying I'm being too harsh on Texas. Well, Texas, whether they like it or not, are front and center, smack dab in the middle of the great question of our time, which is, who runs the country? What do you do when you start to have a apathetic tyrant?
Doing a little bit of JQ signaling there.
Now apathetic when it comes to immigration law, but very engaged when it comes towards forcing vaccinations. What do? I know so many amazing patriots in the great state of Texas, and I love Texas, that have been waiting and are willing for this moment. Deputize a citizen force. Put them on the border. Give them handcuffs. Get it done. Sure, that's dramatic. You know what's dramatic? The invasion of the country. We're going to talk more about that. We're going to talk about how the
Amazing how we're no longer talking about Haitians at the border.
other side has openly admitted that this is about bringing in voters that they want and they like, and honestly diminishing and decreasing white demographics in America. We're going to say that part out loud because so many people in the corporate media are afraid to talk about it. Charlie Kirk here.
So yeah, when you say shit like that, this...
When do we get to use the guns? No, and I'm not, that's not a joke. I'm not saying it like that. I mean, literally, where's the line? How many elections are they going to steal before we kill these people?
So, no, no, hold on.
Yeah. When you say all that shit, when you're like, they're shipping in migrants to replace the white demographics of the country, and we're living in sexual anarchy. When you talk about them stealing the election, talk about a communist takeover, and your entire career is playing to the conservative and reactionary base of the American people, this is the logical conclusion. So when you're like, oh no, I'm gonna denounce that because you're playing into the roles or the expectations of our enemies, buddy. No, they're doing what you're advocating for. You just leave the solutions to their own machinations. You talk about the problems. You constantly bitch, oh my God, they're trying to give people health care. This is Maoism. They're talking about housing rights. They're saying landlords are bad. They're no different than Mao Zedong. But then you don't tell them, like, how to move forward. You just leave their own little opinions open.
No, stop. Hold on. Now I'm going to denounce that. I'm going to tell you why. Because you're playing into all their plans, and they're trying to make you do this. That's okay. Just hear me out. You started with a compliment, so at least give me a little bit. They are trying to provoke you and everyone here. They are trying to make you do something that will be violent, that will justify a takeover of your freedoms and liberties, the likes of which we have never seen. We are close to have, hold on, we are close to have momentum to be able to get this country back on a trajectory using the peaceful means that we have at us. So to answer your question, and I just think it's, overly blunt, we have to be the ones that do not play into the violent aims and ambitions of the other side. They fear, let me say this very clearly, they fear us holding the line with self-control and discipline, taking over school board meetings. They're the ones that are willing to use federal force.
Yeah, that's a lot of self-control, taking over school board meetings.
Against us. And I know that people get fired up. We are living under fascism. We are living under this tyranny. But if you think for a second that they're not wanting you to all of a sudden get that next level where they're going to say, okay, we need Patriot Act 2.0, if you think that...
Charlie Kirk suddenly anti-Patriot Act? I thought he was for the Muslim ban. What happened?
Waco is bad. Wait till you see what they want to do next. What I'm saying is that we have a very fragile balance right now at our current time where we must exhaust every single peaceful mean possible.
Once again, goes to show, and I've said this so many times,
that will justify
that the entire strategy of the political right, we're going to use the left-right dichotomy, is to accuse your enemies, your ideological enemies, of doing what you're doing.
You and everyone with a compliment, so at least give me a little bit.
You see it here.
They are trying to provoke you and everyone here. They are...
Your enemy is trying to provoke you. Not me, Charlie Kirk, who's constantly talking about great replacement theory, using straight-up Nazi rhetoric, couched in this, white-collar facade. Not me, Charlie Kirk. I would never do that. But our enemies, they're trying to get you to do something. They always accuse the left, the socialists, the extremist, communists, trying to take over the country, of doing what they are doing. It's a great strategy, honestly, because it's effective. Just accuse your enemy of doing what you're doing.
Trying to make you do something that will be violent, that will justify a takeover of your freedoms and liberties, the likes of which we have never seen. We are...
Yeah. There you go. That's all it is. That's really all there is to it.